what they did. I mean, in my mind at the time, I wasn't, I moved to LA and I wasn't planning on coming back. I mean, I was flying back and forth to do that season as it was. So, yeah. I mean, I think they should make a movie of it. This is weird doing this by myself.
So you were talking about you're doing theater and film, and so what's your favorite medium?
It's funny because I moved to LA in particular because I'd been doing a lot of stage here. And I wanted to branch out more into film and television. And I came back to Toronto thinking, gosh, I haven't done theater for so long. I can't wait to do some theater. I really like a mixture of both. They're very different. I mean, theater, ideally I'd like to be a part of something that has a positive message that inspires people in some way. And when that happens and you're on stage, you get to feel that moment instantaneously. Whereas film and television, you sort of have to wait till post and editing and all that stuff's done. And then as you watch it with them, you realize, wow, this is better than I thought it would be, or worse than you thought it would be, or, this message is out there, so.
I've come all the way from Los Angeles. So when you were shaving the Mountie,
I was shaving.
I remember that. Did you shave the Mountie?
I was shaving him. No, I was like touching his wound.
Oh yeah.
That was like a little fantasy. Were you here the whole time?
No, I was here earlier, and then I went to get some mussels. Prince Edward Island mussels.
Did you go?
Sounds good. I didn't get to go to Prince Edward Island.
Has anyone been there? Prince Edward Island? It's beautiful there, isn't it? I have a funny story about Prince Edward Island. I remember we went as a family trip. We used to go camping every summer. And I guess over the winter, our tent was against the furnace, and unbeknownst to us, it started to leak. And it rained that whole trip in Prince Edward Island to the point where, like, we were floating. And my dad was so frustrated that he just left the tent at the campground and went to stay in a hotel. And that was the last summer of camping. Before that, it was fun.
We don't camp. I don't camp.
I don't anymore.
We camp in the backyard of my house. That's as far as it goes to me. Bears.
Are you in LA still?
Uh-huh.
There's bears I was going to go with you because they had this other camp spot that was right in front of us by the water. Midnight. They were like, no, it's being held for somebody. Like, no one's here. Finally at midnight, this couple rolls in. They have the same tent as us. They set it up in 5 minutes. It was so embarrassing. It was just like,
Set up my tent now.
we took it down pretty.
So what questions did I miss?
Oh, favorite episode and what short-term memories.
How did you get that? Oh, no, wait.
When you started season 3, did you know then that you were going to leave? Had you made that decision? Or were you leaving now? Was that your decision to
I
leave?
think what happened with season 3 was they were waiting for funding, and my option expired, and I had moved already to LA at that point. So I can't remember the specifics exactly, but I know that it was okay for me to come back and forth for a while, but then I don't know. I think it's a funding thing. But I can't remember. It's not so good. Yeah, I don't remember. Sorry.
Did everybody ask how you got the job? Remember the audition
I don't know if
process?
anybody asked me that.
What was the audition we talked a little bit about?
Yeah.
Yeah, how was, now, did you know your husband?
Well, actually, I met my husband in like college and didn't like him.
Oh, well, he changed.
Yeah, he did.
He changed.
Years later, yeah.
No, so how did you get the job?
It was a last minute audition.
It was up here?
It was up here, yeah. And just, it wasn't anything different or specific. I just knew that if I got it, they would be negotiating like the next 4 or 5 years type thing. And I knew when it was like down to negotiations, I was like, oh my gosh, I have to make all these decisions right now.
Did they hype it up? Did they hype like this? Like you said it was like this, like any other audition. They didn't hype the show or anything?
Yeah, actually, that's not true. You're right. Yeah, they did say, it's like the first time that a Canadian show has been bought by an American network without, yeah.
And who were the other
Contenders. There were a ton of women, like different nationalities, different, backgrounds. There were a lot of women.
Yeah. Because they'll do that, like, yeah.
I remember there was a girlfriend of mine that was a reader in the room, and we did have dinner the night before my audition. She did give me a little tip. She said to just, they weren't really subtle driving her. So she did give me that.
So you remember we talked about smaller?
Yes, talked about a lot. What did I miss? What did I miss?
He was a professor.
I confessed a few things. You might not want to
What
talk
did you
about.
confess? About the sex tape.
David, Catherine said she'd be up for the movie too, so I don't know if you two had talked together.
Maybe we should.
I'm not chatting about the movie, no. That's been a fan,
That's been going on for a while.
yeah, that's been a fan fantasy, no, but it just would be like to make that a reality for sure. But like I said, I don't know, Paul's going to be features, so, I know you couldn't do it without an album. You need an album. Right?
Yes.
Oh, back on that boat? Yeah. Is that an episode in season 3 or 4 on the boat or something? Is there something ship that?
No, it's the one you didn't watch.
It's the only one I didn't watch. But I was in it. I usually watch the fucking day.
Did you read them all? Like, when you go to the script?
Yeah.
Always read them, yeah. 'Cause I know there's some actors that are like, I'm only going to read them.
No, Haggis made us read them all.
Yeah.
Haggis made us, we did at lunchtime.
Yeah.
They only read